Kidd Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5 spot. Now here's Kidd Gilchrist. And it's sent back by Bogut. They get it back. 5 to shoot. Picked by Zeller. And it's Walker penetrating. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged play.
And last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
And here's Batum after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
So he gets them both. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and play to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Walker dishes to Batum. Nobody near Williams. They get it back. Zeller. And that is good.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thank you, Doris. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Curry's got 5 now. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way. And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you've got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Now Walker after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. And it's Walker penetrating, and that one's good. Walker's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Warriors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Curry with the 3. Again, Curry missing.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Batum with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Here's Walker. Here's Zeller. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Curry. He has 5. No good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots. And Walker kicks to Kidd Gilchrist. And that one's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Brandon Rush, who's checked in for Golden State. Now here's Thompson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
Here's Lynn after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Lynn the pass to Lamb. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
They can't stop the run with that one. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Curry's shot is off.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Lamb dishes to Jefferson. And he gets the bucket.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Warriors on top, leading by just 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stance-wise?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the court for the Hornets, Williams down low with Jefferson. Kemba Walker is out there with Batum, and it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 slot. Walker with it. Left side Jefferson. The 15-footer. Here's Williams, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Williams has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Hornets. Spates against Jefferson. And here's Green outside. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now the Warriors moving it up. Green with the ball. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skill. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Zeller. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, in his 11th season, he shot the second worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets.
Now, here's Spates. following the miss by Kemba Walker. And Spates gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Now here's Walker, guarded closely. They double him with Green. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Kid Gilchrist has got 6. Now a timeout called by Golden State. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations. And 33 and 49, just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Barnes, who's checked in for Spates. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 11 points for Steph Curry.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
And it's Walker penetrating. Barnes grabs the miss.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Took him no time at all on that one. And now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
And here's Walker. After the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Let's go. Walker's shot is off.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Walker, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Had the space there, but it's offline.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
That's good. And now it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now Walker, Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. And a wide open look for Zeller. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
So it's the Hornets now. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Batum with the ball, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Walker goes in. Again, the Hornets score.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Baseline try. Barbosa's shot is off.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
On the wing, it's Iguodala. Let's go. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Gets a very good look and converts. Walker's got 8 points. He got it up. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
Fans are loving it, Kevin. What a shot.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Warriors lead by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Steph Curry. And Steph, much of the stresses of the coach was talking about taking care of the basketball. What kind of work has this team put in, making sure everyone is doing their best to limit those turnovers?
I mean, you look at film, but it's just about an in-game situation. It's just analyzing